Hiya folks, Scott here. Do you remember last year the beard versus hat bet where Chris and I put our Wrestlemania predictions down? We made a bet. If I lost, I would have to shave my beard, which was at that point quite large. If Chris lost, he would have to take his hat off. Well, Chris lost and hasn't been seen since. I didn't kill him though, but we'll talk about Chris at some other time. This is neither the time nor the place. But I've been challenged yet again. Josh, known on YouTube as Let's Talk Wrestling, has issued another challenge. What he doesn't realize is the beard gives me supernatural prediction powers. I can predict things better because of the beard. I wish he knew that before he made this bet, because he's about to lose $25. And the beard's only going to get bigger. So anyway, I'll take the bet. I'll do it. And I'll just prove to you, once and for all. I'm the face in this, by the way, guys. I want you to know this. Josh, by trying to... Bad man. So let's just talk about what's happening in WrestleMania. And these are my official predictions, I guess. I usually wait till the last minute, but I feel good about this one. I feel that this year I just feel good. I just feel good. And I could be completely wrong, but I still feel good right now. Tuesday night. Oh, by the way, I got hit in the face with a racquetball. Look at that. Got a shiner. I'll tell people I got in a bar fight. They'll believe that. So anyway, let's see. Okay, sure things. I feel like we've got three sure things, sure bets. I feel like John Cena will defeat Batista. Why? I think this is the classic wrestling scenario. John Cena is our hero. He is the champion of our hearts. I know most of you hate John Cena. That's okay. I'm not trying to convert anybody. But most people who aren't, most of the wrestling fans like John Cena and they cheer for him and they love him. Batista, big bad man. He's a jerk. He is the champion, but he's not the legitimate champion. He stole it. Just too perfect that Cena would win. So, Cena defeats Batista. The next one that I think is a pretty sure bet in my mind is that ShowMiz will defeat Truth and Morrison. I talked about it in the other video, and I won't belabor the point, but I think ShowMiz still has some ways to go. I still think they could do some stuff with that team. And I feel like Truth and Morrison were probably thrown together because they are likable guys, because they're good in the ring, and they can give us a really good WrestleMania match. So I'm seeing them as a short-term creation, whereas I'm seeing ShowMiz as something that will be around for the longer term. The next sure bet in my mind is Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Last year, if you'll remember, Shawn Michaels won the build-up to the match. Do you remember all that when he came out in the all-white? And that was beautiful. They had some great stuff they did last year to build up for that match. But Michaels came out looking stronger going into it, and I said, and a lot of people said, that Undertaker will wind up winning the match. Build up goes to him, and then the victory goes to him. And we were right. Well, this year, it's been pretty even. I feel like every time Shawn says something, Undertaker is there to knock him down a peg or whatever it is they say. But the one X factor that I think makes the decision for me is the career issue. Shawn Michaels will retire if he loses the bet. Not the bet. I've got bets on my mind. The match. They should have immediately, if Michaels is really going to retire, they should have started building the suspense, saying, is this the last time? Michael Cole said it last night, and it really hasn't been said before that I can remember. Is this the last time we'll see Shawn Michaels? This could be the last time we see Shawn Michaels. The last time he'll ever face whoever. I kind of feel like without that element, it takes away the suspense that he's going to lose. And they haven't been pumping that into the product. Therefore, I just don't think he's going to lose. I still would hate for Undertaker to lose. But I just kind of feel like Shawn Michaels. So you got Cena, we've got ShowMiz, we got Michaels. Now, Money in the Bank. I'm going to say Kofi Kingston, Money in the Bank. The only two, looking at the list of names of guys in the Money in the Bank match, and looking at career trajectories, looking at the way these people have been used in the past, I feel like Kofi and Christian are the only two that really have the best chance of winning. But I'm gonna pick Kofi because I think they don't really know what to do with Christian, but they think they might be a little bit closer to knowing what to do with Kofi. So Kofi Kingston, Money in the Bank. Now, moving on. Okay. Then the next two matches are kind of iffy in my book. Chris Jericho versus Edge. Now, part of me wants to just say Edge, but I'm not. I'm going to say Chris Jericho wins it because I think, and maybe this is just for political reasons or whatever, but I think Chris Jericho has proven himself to be a very, very strong property in the WWE over the last 2 years especially. So I think if for no other reason, he deserves a good WrestleMania victory, and they'll give him a good WrestleMania victory just for that. Just to say, well done, my child. Plus, I think that this feud can continue. We might have another couple months with these two guys going back and forth. So a Jericho victory would nip that in the bud. So that's why I will say Jericho defeats Edge. Ray versus Punk. Now, we could apply the same logic and say CM Punk has become, over the last few months, a very strong force, another great property, a great all-around everything since he started this straight edge society. I think he's amazing what he's doing. But I think this is WrestleMania. I think there is the honor of Ray and his appearance in front of his family or whatever, that being on the line. The stakes are just too high for Ray, so Ray, I think, is going to take that one. And that's the cuckoo clock, which is probably telling me that I'm wrong. Oh, no. No, but the beard tells me that I'm right. Now, now we come to the category that I like to call the swerve. I feel like they're going to try to throw us some swerves or some curve or whatever. Namely, the Orton versus Legacy and the Triple H versus Sheamus. Because in both situations, we have one guy who's kind of a veteran. He's been around for a while, and he's a fan favorite. People are really rooting for Triple H. They're really rooting for Orton. In this, they're going up against guys who are not as skilled, who are not as well liked. Yeah, so I don't feel that the heat is genuine heat. I don't think it's wrestling heat. I think they're booing them because they don't like them, as opposed to booing them because of their presentations. Does that make any sense? Like, you boo CM Punk because you understand. We all understand. So, I am looking at this and saying, well, will they swerve us twice? Will they let Rhodes or DiBiase win over Orton? Will they let Sheamus win over Triple H? Well, I am going to go ahead and say, officially, that Sheamus will beat Triple H. I just have that feeling. He doesn't deserve it, but he hasn't deserved anything he's gotten so far. So I think that's a swerve. The other one, will Orton defeat Legacy? I say he will. I say they'll implode somehow or t'other, and all hell will break loose. Randy Orton will retain. Final match on my card. Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon. Now, what Vince said Monday night also throws a little curveball into it, so I'm going to explain what I think will happen, and I don't have a lot of time. Vince saying that either way Bret will be screwed makes you think that Vince is going to bring out a referee that Vince thinks he has in his pocket, and when Vince is ready to screw Bret, the referee is going to back out, or something like that. I don't know how they're going to do it. That's what makes me excited to see. I am going to call the match for Bret Hart, right? I think that's kind of a given, but I think there are going to be some shenanigans where Vince might look like he has the upper hand. So, those are the predictions. The beard has helped me formulate them, and it will stay with me forever. So, Josh, that's what you got. And I look forward to seeing what your response is. And I'm going to start spending that $25 right now. Anyway, folks, we'll talk to you very soon. I'll try to we'll talk SmackDown or Raw or something between now and then. Adios.